And always, ladies, always, we need to have weapons on us, like mace, some kind of knife, some kind of blade, some kind of something that you could like pop somebody with, spray somebody down. I mean,
You know what? I tell
all
my
in,
kids,
you know,
anything can be a weapon.
anything can be a
Anything.
weapon. If you got a pen in your purse, uh, you can, anything could be a weapon. Anything. But I
And my
definitely keep
kid,
me
my
some
son
mace.
laughs at me, but I'm like, I'm trying to teach you how to survive in life
Mm-hmm.
because you may not always have mace or a knife or a
Mm-hmm.
gun on you,
Yep.
but you may have keys.
Yep.
Hell, you may even
Keys.
have a fork.
Keys.
You could have a fork. Do
Yep.
you know what you could do with that? You may
Yep.
not be able to cut them, but you can show enough dig somebody eye out.
Hmm. You sure can. You sure can. And I mean, anything like, okay, you know, those cheap little eyebrow archers that you buy at like Mid K or the, Sally's. They got the
Right,
little blades.
right.
Some
I
girls
use
keep
an
that.
eyebrow
You can slash
razors
somebody up
all the time.
real
I carry
quick.
them all the time.
Shoot, I be sometimes accidentally slashing myself. So imagine what you could do if you purposely, purposely intend on using that. I mean, for real though, we gotta, that's things that you gotta teach your kids, and that's boys or girls. Like people get it twisted
Right.
sometimes, and they always focus the girls, the daughters. They so precious, woo woo woo. But people out here taking little boys left and right. They been doing it, but people always
Right.
focus more on the girls than the boys. And I treated my sons
Mm-hmm.
exactly the same way I would have treated daughters if I had some. The same thing I would have taught a daughter about them, watching who they're around, letting me know if it, a coach, a teacher, a pastor, a bus driver, anything. They be looking at me like, Mom, ain't no, I can handle myself. Like, child, kids, y'all don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could be in a situation where it might be more than one person, and that's why I be telling them don't be drinking after people. I don't care if y'all is boys, y'all can get
Mm-hmm.
Mickeys, y'all can get Molly's, y'all can get all kind of stuff put in y'all drinks too, and get taken advantage of.
Don't leave your drink at the table, and if you
Exactly.
do, buy another one.
Don't be smoking everything somebody put in front of you. Like these kids these days, they be on some other stuff. I'll be looking at these kids out
Right, because our
here.
number one rule used to be like, I gotta watch you roll.
Thank you,
Make sure
girl.
you ain't putting nothing in it.
Girl. Girl. I'm like, what is that? What is that? See, I don't be doing nothing like that these days. But back in the day, hey.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Back
want
in
to
the day,
see
I
it.
used to be like, hold on,
Don't
I
be
gotta watch you roll. Hold on, I need to see you take it out the bag, cause
Don't be handing me
I.
nothing. Don't be handing me nothing because I don't know where that came from. I've always been the kind of
Right.
person who made my own drinks. Don't hand me no drink, especially if it's a dude. I don't know you. I don't care if I'm at my cousin's house, my homie's house, the club. It don't matter. I will make my own drink. Thank you very much. You can drink that yourself. They
Right.
be like, this
Right.
bougie
Right.
girl. I'm like, no, I'm not bougie. I'm bougetto. Let's get it right. Let's get it
You
right.
already know.
Sure.
You already know.
Thank you, Jasmine. You know what? I have a relative, and I'm not gonna say who they are, but I have a relative, and maybe like 6 months ago, they were somewhere smoking something with some people, and something was put in there, was rolled up in there, and the very next
Mm.
day they ended up in a psych ward. The very next day
Right.
they ended up in a psych ward, and like after that they've been on all these different medicines that they got to take every single day because of that one incident. And the
See,
person
because I went to high school with a dude that happened to. He was
mhm,
smoking with somebody. Actually, he just somebody he knew, and came up. They were smoking.
K2.
He started smoking,
That's it,
and
Donna.
he flipped out. He was in a psych ward for like a month.
Mm-mm. That's crazy. And Donna said K2. That's exactly what it was. It was K2.
Mm.
And the thing about it
So that's
was,
why I don't smoke.
the mother of the child, because the child was grown when they went to the doctor, to the emergency room, to find out what was wrong, because they just knew something was wrong with this. I mean, his eyes was bloodshot, like his eyes were bleeding. It was all kind of stuff going on. Angry, fighting people, talking to himself. It was all kind of stuff going on, just like that, from going out for a couple of hours, and that's what he came back as. And the doctors was like, well, we can't really give you any information, even though you're the mother and they're on your insurance, because they grown. And if they want to tell you something, then they can tell you. But the lady said, all I can tell you is to make sure he never, ever, ever smokes anything ever again. She said, that's all I can tell you. That's it. So the mother was under the impression that her son smoked something that they shouldn't have done. And they were with their peeps. It wasn't like he was with a stranger.
And it's always your people. It's your people. It's never a stranger. It's your people.
That broke my heart. I was like, your own folks will let something like that happen to you?
Folks, your best friend, your cousin, you know. That's who it be.
That's why when I give me the red cup and I'll make the drink by myself. Give me the red cup and I'll make the drink by myself. Sure. Girl, for real. I'm so serious. But I mean, the lady, you know, she claiming that this really happened. She really thinks and believes that she was about to be kidnapped. She don't know if they would have took advantage of her, or if they would have sold her, if they would have shipped her off somewhere, or if they would have took her organs. I mean, it's all kind of stuff going on these days. These people with these organs and stuff. And I mean, this stuff, people don't believe like this stuff is on the black market. And I heard that they said a lot of black people organs are really needed. I don't know why this is. I don't know what it is about black people organs, or I don't know nothing about that stuff. But that's what I heard. So I don't know how true it is. And then check this. I heard as far as Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, somebody today said on a live that they used to work for CPS, Child Protective Services. And a lot of people who had been in trouble for a lot of things to get them in trouble with CPS were Uber and Lyft drivers. Now, Uber and Lyft and all them other companies, they're supposed to do detailed background checks on you. I mean, detailed background checks. They're supposed to check your criminal, you know, all that kind of stuff. And he was saying that people all the time, he be looking at them like, and he was a CPS worker, he looking at them like, how the heck you get a job with Lyft? And you in trouble for doing this, that, and the third, and coming to see me every few weeks or every month. And he like, so don't y'all believe that hype when Uber and them talking about they doing these detailed background checks and all that kind of stuff. That just made my mouth, I was gagging. I was like, how you in trouble with CPS with the law, but you a Uber or a Lyft driver?
But on the flip side of that, back in the day, we had no problem getting in the damn back of a Jitney.
Girl, the Jitney. What was his name?
They was all drunk.
What was that Jitney driver name that was always flirting with all the girls?
I don't know. My cousin, his daddy was one, so I ain't gonna say.
What was his name? Oh my God!
They had Midway and Northside.
I used to use Northside. I used to use a Jitney, but see, nothing happened to us back then. The Jitney drivers, they was like, no matter how drunk you were, how lit you were, it could be 15 of y'all in there. They would never be scared that we might do something to them. We was never scared that they might do something to us. They was just some OGs and triple OGs who was driving around, you know, taking people where they need to go. That was it. And you had like their personal numbers, remember?
They was cheap as hell too.
They was cheap, and they would give you their personal phone number. Be like, call me anytime, baby. Call me anytime. You need what was his name? What was that driver's name? Slickums or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah.
I think that was his name.
Was that it? Slickums? Man, he'd be like, call me
Yep.
anytime, baby. And I mean, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And you call them jitney drivers and they will roll over. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
That is dumb. That is dumb.
And we never was concerned about anything. We were like, yeah, jitney driver on his way. Where we going? Club hopping, all that.
Yeah, I didn't care for them because I'm one of them girls that who has been getting hit on by old men, and I mean old men since I was like 11. So I was always real leery around them.
Girl, I don't know. See, back in them days, I was in the streets a lot, just ripping and running with my friends, family. We was just always into something, a club, a house party, just something, and so I didn't really have no concerns because it was like nothing was happening. I guess if it was like this where every other day you hearing about somebody getting kidnapped in the Uber, you know what I mean? I would probably be more leery. But then back in the day, we was like, you mess with us and you about to get it. Because we never went nowhere by ourselves. We was always deep.
That's true too. We didn't go nowhere by ourselves. You could not leave the house unless it was 2 or 3 of y'all.
Thank you. And it was nothing to call nobody in the middle of the night, say it's about to go down. I done made phone calls. Right. I done got phone calls. So I know how it go. So it was like, you just didn't have that concern. But now it's like, everything is a freaking concern. Like you always got to be one step ahead all the time. You catch a jitney, you catch an Uber driver or Lyft driver, make sure you getting in that mug with something to protect yourself. Because you just never know.
Well, what I want to say this too. When you get into those Lyfts and Ubers and stuff, they're supposed to have their driver's license and their ID and stuff showing, right?
Yeah, matter of fact, let me
one of your priorities when you get in, because everybody and their mama got a phone nowadays.
Yeah.
Take a picture of that.
Yep. I'm about
Take a picture of their ID and they hack. No, that's what it's called. They hack license. Take a picture of that.
I'm about to put the information.
You have it in case some shit go down.
Yeah, I'm about to put the information in here that she put about that driver too. I'm about to put it in the chat. Because I don't know if they caught the driver or not. I don't know. And again, a lot of people is being skeptical about this girl and her accusations or her allegations. And some people got her back. Some people believe her. But I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because I wanted to, like I said, even if it didn't happen, it does happen. And it's something that we probably need to talk about, or somebody can get some useful information out of it regardless.